I'm gonna skip an intro here and I'm gonna go straight into Arsenal's video clip right here, and then I'm gonna let y'all know what topics we're about to cover and where this video is about to go.
100%. 100%.
Like run of the mill bum
gotta
shit.
respect the jokes.
Yeah.
Took your artist.
Oh God.
Respect the jokes. Muuuwop is ours.
Oh shit.
Damn. Come holler at me. I'm the new host.
Oh shit.
Respectfully. Hey, you feel me? You feel me? Look. Nah, it was a great event. I hosted. I feel like I did great.
Yeah, you definitely did.
Smack. Look.
All right, respect the jooks. Said. I'm gonna pull up a clip also from Muuuwop. I'm gonna talk about this title, and Arsenal got a topic going around right now as well. The whole thing about how much should fans be blamed for the state of battle rap. I'm gonna put that topic in this video. Why not? Shout out to my guy Arsenal. I think he's got an album on the way. I believe it's called For Your Consideration. Like for the Grammys, the cover is like Arsenal's face. You see like a little Grammy trophy in the album. It looks fire. The album artwork is dope. Arsenal's one of them guys on beat. I'm looking forward to that. Shout out to my guy Arsenal, man. But that clip right there, even the respect the jokes part, if you guys caught on, that's that Jersey shit these fucking guys is on. All right. You see Eazy there, he's smiling, he doesn't really say nothing. He could have, cleaned that up a little bit right there and been like, hey, nah, wait. He just played. He just smiled that off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But Respect the Jooks is Al Bial's new song that's taking off. Yeah, all right. Before I go out like Gucci, I'm gonna pull out this Uzi. Him dissing Gucci Mane and everybody and his controversy with Atlanta, calling a lot of Atlanta rapper rats or whatever. I'm not trying to say that he's wrong for his opinions, based on what happened, but Al Bial stands how he wants to stand. That's on him. But this pertains to talking about Muuuwop, debuting on URL. All right. So the politics of battle rap, as far as battlers moving around, battler starts out on this platform and ends up on this platform. Battler gets his biggest look or his biggest check here, or gets his buzz here, and then ends up over here. Battler signs a contract over here and then maybe wants to go over there, even with Eazy, right? So supposedly or allegedly under a particular type of contract at the time, and then goes and battles Hitman Holla. There was cease and desist that was sent around that allegedly. And, so there's all these stories about politics and battlers battling in certain places. And the league wars and whatnot. And some of it is personal, some of it is business, some of it is both, right? Let me hear from Muuuwop himself on this one right here. Muuuwop clears the air is the name of this video. Did he leave the trenches for you URL? Is this a Hip Hop Is Real title? Shout out to Hip Hop Is Real, by the way. Yeah, this is another Hip Hop Is Real video. All right, let's play this one.
Last thing I want to ask you, right? Last thing I want to ask you, a lot of people criticize you for leaving the trenches and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like you made the right choice? And yes. if the door does open, would you ever go back if it made sense, business-wise, smack and everything like that?
If the business right, bro, I'm still a free agent, bro. I'm not under contract with nobody. I'm a free agent. I can do what I want. That was the whole purpose of me leaving, because it's like I can't get certain matchups over here. Y'all already know the situation. I can't get certain matchups. I couldn't battle Monster and be trenches. You know what I'm saying? Because so it's like, fuck it, for my career, I don't want to stay stagnant. I want to battle, bro. I'm here to battle. Like, the whole situation wasn't even like a real fallout. We didn't have no beef, bro. It was just business.
Okay.
That's all it was. I said, yo, I'm going to go dolo, but I'm still going to battle here if you hit me up. But everybody misses that part. They wanted it to be drama. They wanted it to be there. All I said was, I'm a free agent. I'm still going to battle here regardless, though, if you hit me up.
Okay.
I said that publicly. Niggas took it as if I left him for smack. When whole time when I left, I'm like, if they hit me up, they hit me up. It just so happened, salute the doc. Doc, like, bro, I think you talented. I think you should battle over here. Boom, it happened. Like, am I not supposed to do what's best for me and get my career moving?
You kind of answered that. You said, nigga, I did the same shit you did, in a sense.
Basically, you went to battle Hitman. You said you wanted to, for your career. I did the same thing. What's the issue? Why you think knowledge? Have you ever seen a blog or anything about me publicly saying anything about him?
Never.
Bro?
I've even had interviews with you when I asked you, and you was a complete gentleman.
Can you say that again? So they can hear you.
I've had an interview with you. I asked you about the situation. You was a complete gentleman. You ain't throw nobody under the bus. You barely even spoke on it. You know what I'm saying?
So what do niggas be talking about, gang? That's how I be like, yo, y'all just be talking. Y'all don't know what y'all be talking about. These fans and shit, and not my supporters, you know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about these other little dicky and ass, excuse my language, because that shit be pissing me off. They just be talking. Y'all don't even know what the hell y'all be talking about. It was a business thing. It wasn't nothing about no loyalty and shit, bro. It's business. You my dog at the end of the day, but I got kids to feed, bro.
That's real.
I got a family to feed, bro. I got people's in the jails watching my shit. You know what I'm saying? I got shit to do.
You nice, man. You nice. You showing it right now. You showing and proving. You know what I'm saying?
Love, bro.
Salute to you. Any last words you want to leave for your supporters, your fans, and everything?
To my supporters and fans and the people that rock with me, y'all know I love y'all. We got the Muuuwop order merch again, like I said. You see?
Yeah.
Copy. Okay. So good topics will spin off of that. I'm gonna play some more clips in a second, and I'm going to get into kind of like a where are they now. As he was talking, I was just jotting down some of the pieces that we want to cover. We're going to start with loyalty, the word loyalty. Okay. I don't know much about Muuuwop, you know, so I got to take what he said in that clip for face value, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Now on Eazy the Block Captain side, I did research their fallout a little bit. Some of it is in I don't even want to say I researched it. I pretty much, you know, was looking up most of Eazy the Block Captain's fallouts. That's when I did Eazy the Block Captain exposed, I believe it was part 2, 20v1. And I was making the point of how he's trying to flip. It's 20v1. The whole world is against me because I'm the algorithm and I'm this and I'm that, or I'm dating Rem or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I was like, no. It's you. You have a million problems with a million people for all different reasons, you know? And I think Muuuwop is in that video probably because like some tweets are there back and forth, maybe from Battle Rap Trap, I think, which was one of my sources in that video, you know, of references that I was using to show everybody this ain't 20v1. It's really, really just easy. I think that's how I came across Muuuwop and Eazy's thing. And I do remember a video of them arguing, I believe, like Eazy and Muuuwop. So to Muuuwop's defense, once again, I don't know the man. I don't know his career that well. So I got to once again take his shit at face value, what he just said right there. Especially he's saying it clear, saying I'm not under contract with him. I don't got no beef with him. I'm doing what's best for my career. The loyalty talk words throws around a little bit in there. I get it. I get what he said. To Eazy's defense, without knowing all the details, because I know how it is when it's RBE, for example, or even other leagues when I've had these intimate conversations, right? To Eazy's defense, without knowing the details from his point of view, stuff like this isn't uncommon, right? And you can see certain details at times, allegedly, where things are done for more reasons other than just business. Okay, allegedly. Sometimes it gets personal in this bitch. Sometimes it's about how you can maneuver or lessen or strike another league. And we know URL and Eazy the Block Captain don't have a great relation. Actually, they dislike each other. Right? Well, Eazy would get up here and say he don't got no feelings towards him, whatever, because he wouldn't mind getting booked over there. And we saw Smack recently, all this kiss the ring and all that type of stuff. And then, you know, they'll clean it up later on in videos. Keep the door cracked a little bit in case we ever need each other. That's really what it comes down to, if you ask me. You know, but their fallout is well documented in battle rap history. The issues between both of them, even some of the politics or the alleged moves that happened between them, is documented. Eazy riding on the app and riding on URL as a brand. URL allegedly corrupting one or multiple of his battles or his cards, i.e., for example, the lucrative offer with Truthful, the interview with Danny Myers expressing they're gonna take my hustle battle, they're gonna do this, and people get yanked off of cards and all this stuff that happens, right? You know, and sometimes battlers end up in certain places and they get certain offers, and it's not random. Hey, come battle over here. And sometimes even a date ain't random. Sometimes the opponent ain't random. Hey, you know what? You got offered this person over there, battle him over here instead. I can tell you about that situation a million times with documents. I don't have to say allegedly. You know what I'm saying? So, but for Eazy, I don't know all the details, but I've watched some of their shit, even including Muuuwop, for my own reasons. So there's stuff that's there. As far as the word loyalty, let's use that real quick. We're gonna walk this one down a little bit, people. I got multiple pieces to this. I want to talk about the where are they nows. I want to talk about loyalty. I want to talk about the word career. And I'm even going to add on that Arsenal topic for y'all of how much the fans should be blamed for the state of battle rap. I'll add that on the end of here too, but we're going to walk. We're going to take our time here. The word loyalty, it was always trash in battle rap because some of the biggest names in battle rap are only loyal to the opportunity. You know, some of the literally one of the biggest names on the scene right now, actually two of them, have had personal conversations with me, stabbing other leagues in the back or telling me, you know, forget them, they're not this, or they can't do this for me, or your movement or your timing or what you got going on, or max out or your bag or they're loyal to the opportunity. The camera is the camera, is real nice what everybody says. That loyalty shit, you could really look at only two handfuls of people in here that really apply the word loyalty as per definition and really move like that. It really be coming down to opportunity. Everybody is what is that classic saying from Chris Rock? When he said, when he was talking about like men and women, he says a man is only as loyal as his options. That's like 98% of the time in battle rap as well. A man is only as loyal as his options. Okay. If you present the option, next thing you know, they're going to jump wherever the best opportunity, the biggest bag, the biggest opponent, the biggest look, the best person that talked to him, what looks like you're about to be a star, looks like you just signed to Rockefeller. I referenced that for a reason. I'm going to get to that in a second. And that's what's going to happen. All right. So, when people come up though and they get like their first opportunities, their biggest opportunities, that's when people throw around the word loyalty. Now, sometimes the people involved, they have certain relationships and they built a certain way where expectations are crushed. But once again, it just be what it be. Like there's battle rappers that got a lot of shine on URL and then went somewhere else, and then maybe they were looked at a certain way. There's battle rappers that got a certain profile on RBE and then went somewhere and they were looked a certain way. You know, like Mac. Me and Mac Myron have no problems at all. But everybody tells me blogs about, raps about, says the bloggers say they reference him a lot and saying like, damn, you went and signed a RBE, I mean a URL contract in the midst of how you and ARP, you know, it's like the references. They use JC a lot as well. And the list goes on, you know, so and I'm not going down the road of those stories. Shout out to JC, shout out to Mac Myron. I'm just showing you how it happens and when the word loyalty comes into play in the fans' eyes. All right. So there's no real loyalty. All right. It's really just about, you know, the opportunities that one has in front of them. Okay. When you're a strong platform, everybody's gonna gun for you. You know, if Eazy's got Rem standing behind him, he's gonna be able to snap his fingers. The moment his money and his opportunities and Chrome 23 and all of that subsides, then he starts doing almost full cards where almost all the up and comers on the card don't even show up, right? That just doesn't happen when you're out there and you got all this. Everybody has no shows, but what I'm trying to say is that the strength of Eazy's opportunities that he can give to people, it's not really reflected in the public eye. So his loyalty will just continue to decrease piece by piece around him. And I'm actually speaking in defense for Eazy by saying that. But that's how battle rap goes. And that's what I see. When you are the man and you're on top, and when you got the power and the cards and the financing and the promo and all that, you can snap a finger. Okay. You could be the algorithm. No shot at Eazy. I'm sticking up for him right there. Real shit. Real shit. All right. Let's go to Muuuwop being taken from Eazy. All right. So I don't want to bring up that video of Muuuwop and Eazy the Block Captain up here arguing. Once again, I do remember it from when I was doing my own videos against Eazy, going at Eazy. So I know they got their own history and misunderstandings, you know, and I'm pretty sure if you ask Muuuwop about it, he'll say one thing. Eazy about it, he'll say one thing, and they're probably even stuff that will never even make it to the public. That's just how it be. Okay. But Muuuwop seems to be an artist that garnered some interest from URL for one reason or another. Could be purely about his talent, could be about his talent plus other reasons. You never know. You never know. But when the man says he didn't sign a contract, not everything is about a contract. All right. I tried to tell y'all that. And let me make it clear again for y'all. Historically, what my belief in a contract is, as far as other outside entities. Okay. I've always supported legal contracts being upheld, agreements being upheld. You make an agreement with somebody, whether it's stupid or whether it's the greatest opportunity in the world, like signing to Rockefeller, right? Then shout out to you. Okay. What I've always had a problem with is any type of bad business practices, any type of blocking, any type of spoiling or soiling of already existing agreements, relationships, or business, and it's not within your right to do so. That's what I've always had an issue with. Okay, that's what I will always have an issue with. I practice good business. You know what I'm saying? So I believe in good business. So, for example, if Easy the Block Captain has Muuuwop booked for something, and then he's offered something that seems to be more lucrative or a bigger opportunity or a bigger card, and then all of a sudden Muuuwop calls Easy and tells Easy, yo, I'm sick that particular weekend, or somebody passed away, or I can't. It's happened to me. It happened to me. I gave y'all a mini breakdown even of my introduction that I gave on stage. It's in the footage if you watch me starting to introduce JC versus Ilmac, right? The story behind that is just like one of those like, wow. Go watch the intro of me introducing the battle and what I start to say, and watch JC's reaction. Shout out to JC. Shout out to JC. But situations like that are documented. You know, I have documents of battle rappers, big battle rappers, telling me like the week of even the get back card, like even whether it's co-main event or main event, people call up and ask, what does it take to not do that matchup? Allegedly, I have it documented. It's like documents from people like even a bill collector's manager, and it's just like that's a different card. That's closure versus hitman. There's a lot of stuff where it's just like, okay, it's not about loyalty that we're discussing right now. It's not about contracts that we're discussing right now. We're allegedly discussing interference, allegedly. Okay. But if Easy the Block Captain and Muuuwop don't have that type of situation, this is why I want to start with loyalty. If they don't have any type of business that's already set in, then it really comes down to one's character. What do we look at each other and represent? Do we represent to each other the opportunities of how we came up with this certain things for each other? Then it just comes down to character. Then it's like when you take a certain call or you make a certain move and it helps you, but it hurts me. And that's the expectation when you're at a certain level with certain people. You have to take your wins and your losses together, but that's very, very uncommon because a lot of these people ain't grow up together. A lot of these people didn't get a chance to bond like that, where it's just like, yo, I got you. Like, I really, really got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'll take a loss right next to you. I'll take a win right next to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say like a Ill Will or a Big K or a Hitman or, the people, a show off, people that get those phone calls or those advancements or those subliminals in their direction and it'll be like, thank you, but no thank you, because I can't do anything that hurts the guy that I have a certain upholding of my character towards in RBE and ARP and Shato. You know what I'm saying? For example, if you don't have that type of relationship, yeah, I mean, and you're calling in to play one's character and nothing contractual really is going to be about one's character if that bond isn't there between the two people. So you leave that alone. Once again, I'm taking Muuuwop's word there and the stuff that he said in his video. We'll move on from there. All right, let's talk about the signing of exclusive contracts. Even here in 2026, I want to bring up. I'm using Eazy as an example. It's nothing personal towards Eazy. I just want to use one that I remember in the past. I remember hearing him express the heights of, yo, this is Rockefeller to me versus yo, they did me this way, or this happened to me, or now I'm at the back of the line, or I can't get. I've watched him show both sides on the internet of his relationship with URL, right? So let's play the good side.
Yeah, I'm signing it. I'm URL, and I really I came up on Smack. I used to buy the DVDs, all that shit. Me being on Smack is the equivalent of me signing the Rockefeller as an artist. You know what I mean? Back in the day, like that's the era I grew up in. So that's what I'm going for.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Congratulations. You made it. Top of the world. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Glueezy though. This one, I'm only playing this video not because of what the video is about, because I actually think that he's being interviewed and asked about K-Sean versus Jay Mills predictions. Shout out to Hip Hop is Real once again, just on the ground interviewing people about the hottest battles that's out. But I really only want to bring this up here because I'm looking at the jacket that he's wearing.
To the culture and what people like nowadays.
K-Sean is like one of the biggest draws in battle rap.
Yeah, of course. And he's been crazy lately.
Yeah.
So like
Like I said, Glueezy has videos online, you know, going against, and I felt like he was a good example to use here because Glueezy is a guy that, as per his own words, discusses I'm signing a contract. And when we hear contract in those type of interviews, we have to assume it's like the exclusivity or like the long running type of contract, not like I'm signing a agreement contract for this one battle in front of me. I'm signing something that is really pertaining to me on this league, so to speak, right? Like in a longer fashion. Glueezy had some good opportunities. Glueezy is one of a million battle rappers that could fit the bill of like, where are they now? And that's not dissing anybody. That's no disrespect to Glueezy. Not every battle rapper can sustain. Not every battle rapper could make it to the top. Not every battle rapper could be around for 5 years straight, 10 years straight, you know, and that's where I get to the word career. But give me a second before career. Contracting in 2026. I respect what Muuuwop said in his video, because he said, I'm a free agent, you know, and there are certain matches that you can get only from certain leagues or league owners. That is very, very true, right? And if you don't put yourself or allow yourself to be under a contract in 2026, then you maintain the flexibility. Like, we don't have to explain this. You maintain the ability to utilize all of your bridges, all of your relationships and all of your business, think of like an A-Ward. Think of like an Ill Will right now. You know, people that can just bank on their talent and bank on their draw. If you're good, you're good. Vodafly always says, if you cooking, they booking. It's very, very true. And only if y'all knew the stories behind the scenes of if you cooking, they booking, where it really, really shows that sometimes there's a difference between some of that strong arming versus like, the battlers have more power than they know at times if they are just performing great, if they promote, and if they're talented. They have way more power than they understand. But the leagues have maintained the power traditionally within battle rap, and it just is what it is. I don't know if that's going to change. I don't see that changing. But in 2026, signing contracts to me feels a little bit like, you know, unless you're once again signing the type of contract that really makes sense, which gives you guarantees of your opponents within the year, the amount of battles within the year, dates or very close date ranges, and the actual money. Signing something that is open-ended is the stupidest thing to sign for any battle rapper. It was then and it is now. Okay. But you know, signing to be on a particular league, if you feel like you're signing to Rockefeller and it's a dream for you. Now we talk about a career. Like, what's a career? A career to me is practicing a specific trade that allows you to practice it consistently for consistent income. Okay. Like, is it a career if you flip burgers at McDonald's? No. All right. That's a job. That's not a career. Okay. Now, if you work at McDonald's and you learn how to do inventory of how many burgers need to come in per week based on the volume of sales, and you learn how to do that intake and import-export system for that franchise, so to speak, and then you take that to Five Guys or to Burger King, whatever, and then you have a resume that says food industry stock volume management or manager or whatever, right? That's more career-ish. All right. That is a transferable trade, and you can do that consistently within multiple restaurants, leagues, within multiple companies, right? And you should be able to get consistently paid for it because you develop a certain talent and understanding of something or trade, right? That is movable, but is still specific to something to a degree. For example, counting food inventory and how the money goes in and out, in and out, in and out, and you pretty much refresh what you got to put into the store. Okay, so that's more being a career in a career mode. In battle rap, we throw the word career around so loosely. All right, career, for my career, for my career, for my career. One of the elements to me of a career, like I said, is consistency. If you're not consistently being booked across all leagues and consistently making set amount of income that you could damn near look for, almost count on. I'm not saying counting your chickens before they hatch, but I'm saying almost count on. Like, for example, saying in my career, I make at least $50,000 a year, right? If you can't say that and you call battle rap your career, your mind is in the wrong place. Okay? Because if you can have a $50,000 year today or this year in 2026 and then get to 2028 and nobody's calling you anymore, you're pretty much out the game. You're pretty much nobody. When was the last time we saw Glue Easy? I have no clue. Respectfully, shout out to Glue Easy. Then battle rap for you was never a career, right? A career in battle rap to me could be Smack, Beasley, even at the league owners, right? Because there's a level of consistency there that they dictate. Okay, they're the ones that can say it's time to do an event, right? An ARP, an organic, league owners, right? Even battle rappers, some battle rappers. Tay Rock is a great example of that. All right, Tay Rock's name, his talent, he can guesstimate probably how much money he's going to make in battle rap in 2027. Okay, there's a bunch of battle rappers that think they have a battle rap career and they can't tell you how much money they're going to make in 2027 from battle rap. Even I can tell you in 2028 minimum how much I'm going to make in battle rap simply from my YouTube channels or this one channel on its own. Right. And even if I want to throw in rap battles, I can commit myself to a schedule and say, I'm going to do 3 full circles in 2028. And I'm going to do 12 months of blogging and podcasting. And I know the minimum I'm going to make. And I can give you that forecast for 2027 and 2028. I can treat this full time like a career if I wanted to. It's not even a full time because I got other things that prioritize above me in YouTube or on YouTube. But I can at least call this like a non-full or part-time career, not a full-time career. But some people don't even have battle rap as a part-time career, and they hear that word and y'all get jaded about what battle rap provides for you. Battle rap is like a lot of moments in the entertainment industry where you get your light, you get your 15 minutes of fame, and if you count out of 100 people, right, you're going to fall in that bucket maybe 75% of the time. 25% of those people, it's always the minority. It's always the smaller group of people that's going to rise up and out, that's going to go on to be better and bigger and continue on. If it was that easy, then everybody would be a star that had an opportunity, that stepped on RBE or King of the Dot or URL. Everybody would have a career. Everybody would have a consistent amount of income and bookings that they can bank on for year to year to year to year to year. If there were actually leagues that ran like that, where you sign that contract like LeBron James after as being a free agent, like Muuuwop, and you sign somewhere, or like a Glue Easy when I'm signing that or whatever, and you could say, okay, this contract for the next 3 years, this is what I'm going to make, or this is my expectation, or this is how many battles I'm going to have. You know what I'm saying? That's like how the NBA is really, really ran, like contracts that actually have guarantees. Hell, even if you trade me, I'm speaking all in parallels. Even if you trade me, the other team has to pick up some of my. But real talk, a lot of people think they have battle rap careers and they don't. They can't tell you, let alone how much they're gonna make in 2027. They're not even gonna tell. They can't even really tell you if they're gonna be on the scene in 2027, 12 months from now. They can't guarantee themselves that. If they can, then somebody gave them a good speech and they've been jaded and they wet behind the ears. You know what I'm saying? And even saying 25% of y'all might be too much. I got a list in the background because I fed this topic to AI, And I didn't even say where are they now. And it started breaking it down like that. And I wanted to do it for URL because that question is asked of Muuuwop because of like the history of some of the things that we just discussed, right? So it said the first Crucible class 2020 through 2021. I'm just going to say some names. I don't know all of these names. I don't follow all these guys' careers, but y'all could hear some of the names and determine if they fall into a where are they now? Are they still around? If they signed a contract, did it work for them? Does it work for you being on said league? Like let's say URL, for example, does that change? Does that give you a real career by definition? So that those crucibles, it got Kid Slade. Even I still see Kid Slade around, especially with Eazy the Block Captain promotion, right? Real name Brandon. I don't see that person around. NXT. I don't know if I've seen that person. Like watch that person battle yet. But shout out to him. Shout out to everybody on this list. This is all respectful, y'all. J2 absolutely around. He's a standout. He's in that 25%. Ace Amin, he's in that 25%. Kid Chaos, he's had a lot of significant matches. I would say that he's in that 25%. Urana, I know he just battled Show Off, but I'm talking about on URL. This is the Crucible stuff, right? I don't know if he still has a career on URL. Holmesy the God, I don't know about that. I don't know. Not that I know of. Don Marino, I don't think so. Stumbles is absolutely somebody that people do the where are they nows. You know, I think URL from a business standpoint highly capitalized on his situation with Snake Eyes, possibly his situation with Sue Surf, and maybe like one of some controversial moments or whatever. And all he had to do was lose a couple battles, and that's it. You know, like Stumbles to me, respectfully, is one of the people where it's just like, is URL still calling him a mile a minute? Are they still trying to get him on big cards? Are we still seeing Sue Surfing Spaces arguing about whether he's going to be on Summer Madness or not? Swervo, I don't know. True Foe, I'm paying attention to his music these days. I don't know about him on URL battles. Elijah Straight, I don't know. Luke Castro to me is almost like Stumbles. Luke Castro's had some big opportunities. He's been on some big cards. I don't remember seeing Luke Castro movement really in 2026. And that could have been, was it a big loss that he took? Was it versus Charlie Clips? And sometimes that's all it takes. You know, if it's all business, like what Muuuwop was saying, go ahead and lose a battle back, or go ahead and let the fans be off of you. Then why would the business be as interested in you anymore? That's how it works then, right? That's what, if y'all are saying these moves is about business, then you can't, if it's about business for the artist, then it's about business for the company or the platform as well that's hosting it, right? You can't, if you're not hot, then you got to be in one's personal graces to get opportunities after that. I can tell you a million times that people have gotten bookings on RBE because of our personal relationships, where the fans may have even been off of you, you know? But then there's also a million times where I booked you because it's business and you are hot, or the match made sense for me business-wise at the time, or made sense for the culture impact. So that's how it goes. Drugs. Part of me feels he might have been on URL recently. I don't know. All right. It says second Crucible class, Foots. I have yet to watch Foots. There's a lot of new guys. It's my fault. I'm not really following them just yet, especially if it's like straight to the app. I don't have the app. All right. So I'm not too aware of some of these guys. Foots, I'm not aware of. Hansel, I'm not aware of. Saflare Soul, I'm not aware of. Some of these names I heard of, though. I'm just not really in tune with them yet. Appa, I don't know. Casino PA, I've never heard of before. Cuban, I heard of. Snake Eyes, he's still out there doing his thing. Bad News has been away for different reasons. Lou Cypher, don't know who that is. Big Hand, that's the Philly guy, right? He's been on RBE as well, but I don't know anything about him on URL. I'm in RBE. Yeah, he was on RBE before. Crucible third class. Eunice, I hear his name a lot. He's a guy that's in the 25%. Dice, I don't know. Wusa, I hear his name. I don't know, though. Yak the Ripper, I don't know. Mr. Biscuit, you got to change your name, homie. I don't know. Dot, we know Dot. Dot did a Crucible? Okay. That's got to go backwards, no? ENB, I don't know. Conflicts, I don't know. Madman Leak, don't know. A lot of these names I never heard of before. Ron Compton, I don't know. But I guess that's also, to be fair, the point of the Crucibles, I guess, right? And then it gives a list of who are they now candidates. No, not who are they now? Where are they now? Kid Slade, I don't think he belongs on that list. Truthful, I wouldn't put him on that list either. Then it's got Swervo, Holmesy the God, Urana, Kid Chaos. I see Kid Chaos's name enough. J2 definitely doesn't belong on the list. He's of that 25%. Real name Brandon, I don't know. NXT, Luke Castro, Don Marino, Elijah Strait, Ace Amin doesn't belong on the list. Foots, Hansel, Saflare Soul, Appa, Eunice doesn't belong on the list to me. Dice and Wusa. So if y'all are more aware and in tune with, that was a list of 20 people. And for me, it's less than 25% of the people that I'm familiar with as far as being engaged with a career on URL still after the point in which we met them on URL or saw them start to battle on URL. So do y'all have a different percentage than me? Do y'all feel like 50% of the names that we're saying are still at a strong position on a URL or even other leagues right now? Battle rap turns over very, 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 very fast. All right. You're here today and you're gone tomorrow. And the who are they now is like if somebody ever really picked out 10 names of people that once had their 15 minutes of fame on high on 10 and everybody was talking about them. And then all it took was 12 months to even 24 months. And 24 months in battle rap sounds like a lot of time. 24 months for an actual career is shit. If you could only plan for 2 years, then you can't make big plans, is my point, for life. All right. If you want to have a kid, because you and wifey is settling down this year, but you don't know where you're going to be in 2027 or 2028, you might need to hold off. If you don't have a career, you might need to hold off. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'll leave that there. I thought it was an interesting topic to see anything around buzzes or talks about free agents, contracts, Muuuwop, trenches, URL in 2026. Shout out to everybody. I don't got no smoke for nobody. This ain't that type of video at all. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to say nothing bad about nobody. I'm just looking into the politics as usual. It's a Jay-Z week anyway, right? Okay.